Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss Ria. In this occasion, I would like to present an article from the Europe Journal of Language and Culture Studies. The title of the article is A Case Study of Expressive Language Disorder, Psycholinguistic Study, written by Muhammad R. Azizi, Bagus Wibisono, and Hendra Salikin. This article was published in January 2023. So we are going to next slide. Here are the outline. First, background of the study, research methodology, findings, discussion, conclusion, and the last reference. So we are going to next slide. So here is background of the study. Language is a system people use to share thoughts and ideas using words and symbols. It helps people communicate with each other. Language skills include understanding what others say, receptive skills, and being able to speak or express your own thoughts, expressive skills. Some people have trouble with language, which is called a language disorder. This can affect both understanding and speaking. One kind of language disorder is expressive language disorder, when someone has a hard time saying what they think or feel using words. This study focuses on teenage boy in 11 second years of senior high school who shows signs of expressive language disorder. He struggles to say what's on his mind clearly and often use and gesture instead of speaking. So next, here is research methodology from the study. The study used a descriptive qualitative method, which means the research described the situation in detail using non-numerical data. The research was done at a senior high school and focuses on 17 years old teenage with expressive language disorder. To protect his identity, the research called him NS. The research collect data by talking directly with NS, recording his conversation, observing how he communicates, and interviewing people who know him well, like family or teachers. They look at parts of his conversation that show signs of language problems. After collecting the data, they analyze it by describing. Next, the findings from the study. The study found that NS, a 17 years old student, has expressive language disorders with several signs, such as limited vocabulary, using the wrong words, difficulty forming long sentences, trouble starting conversation, and problems retelling events clearly. The research discovered that both internal and external factors cause these disorders. The first, internally, NS has weak cognitive abilities, low self-confidence in learning, and a possible genetic factor from his father's side. And the second, externally, his lack of social interaction also plays a role, as his parents rarely let him go out and communicate with others. This research is important for psycholinguistics because it shows that expressive language disorders can also affect teenagers, not just young children. So here is discussion from the study. The strength of the article: the study used natural communication settings and shows real conversation, which strengthens the authenticity of the findings and the research collect data, not just from NS but also from people around him, which gives a fuller picture of his condition. The weakness from this article, in my opinion, the article doesn't mention whether NS condition was confirmed by a speech language pathologist or psychologist. This makes the diagnosis less reliable from a medical perspective. So for the suggestion for further research in psycholinguistics, Future studies could also test speech therapy or communication training programs to see what helps adolescents like NS to improve. So the last conclusion, this article gives valuable insight into expressive language disorder, especially in adolescents, which is less commonly studied compared to young children. It clearly explains the different signs of disorder, such as limited vocabulary, short or unclear speech, difficulty starting conversation, and the inability to retell stories. I think that's all from my explanation. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.